A reading from the Holy Gospel according to St. Matthew. Jesus said to the disciples, "Unless your holiness surpasses that of the scribes and the Pharisees, you shall not enter the kingdom of God. You've heard the commandment, you shall not commit murder. Every murderer shall be liable to judgment. But what I say is everyone who grows angry with another shall be liable to judgment." The gospel of the Lord. There's a story that I'm rather fond of, and it is a woman is driving along and she stops at a red light, and just at that moment her car dies. So she puts it in park, she goes to start it, and it won't start. The light turns green. The man in the car behind her honks his horn as if somehow she's doing her hair or talking on her phone or she's distracted, but she's busily trying to get her car to start. Well, because she's not moving and perhaps he's in a hurry, he leaves just the one honk or the two honks and suddenly starts blaring his horn almost irrationally, honking it as if somehow that's going to help the situation. I'm rather pleased with what she did. She got out of her car, she walked back to the man and she said, "I'll keep honking your horn if you'll try and get my car to start." You know, it really makes a difference how we handle situations where we might have otherwise gone angry and done more and more and gotten more worked up and said things that we shouldn't have said. And then every now and then you run into one of these really kind people who seem to understand, and they say something to you that completely changes your way of life. In other words, all of a sudden you're not angry anymore. You're thinking, oh, I could be more helpful here. What should I do? Lincoln, giving a speech, had a woman who came up to him and said, "Would you stop talking about the South as if somehow they're our brothers and sisters? They're the enemy. Talk about killing them and wiping them out." And Lincoln looked at her and said, "Madam, when we befriend our enemy, we eliminate them and we make a friend. I'd rather do that and spare a soul than condemn them to death." Think about that. I mean, how oftentimes do we get so worked up at somebody for probably no good reason, or maybe even for a good reason, and then we get to the point where we're like, "That's it, I have no more use for you." All we've done is lost part of our life or become detached from somebody that could be an appointment of grace for us. It's important to kind of pull back and say, the Lord made no one to be inconsequential. The Lord puts no one in your path that doesn't have a purpose. Perhaps there's a greater understanding if we try and discover what it is that they're there for and how we might help them. That's kind of my last thought. They talk about the greatest commandment being love your neighbor. I wonder if we could change that so it'd be a little bit different in our society. Help your neighbor. May I help you may even outdo I love you as far as a great expression. God bless you. Have a good day.